Welcome back to another episode of Pizza Technologies. Today we're going to be doing HTML from introduction, and this is a series that will go on into CSS and JavaScript. Now, you need some softwares to be able to do a HTML code. Any software would work, notepad, sublime, but there's a specific software from Adobe. The name is Adobe Dreamweaver. I have the 2021 software here. Now, this is a tool that will always assist us to do any HTML file that we want. And yeah, let's dive deep into it. Now let's just dive into it. So even as we dive, what is HTML? Let us look for a notepad here and write it down. I'll bring another code here. So what is HTML? This is a great question to ask ourselves here. Now, HTML is the standard markup language for web pages. Now, it is used to create websites. It is easy to learn with it. Trust me, you'll enjoy doing HTML. I can do some few examples of HTML code where we will, but this is as we go deeper. Now, the introduction of HTML, it's a hypertext markup language. That is what HTML stands for. It is the standard markup language for creating web pages, as I said. It describes the structure of a web page. It consists of a series of elements. Let me just do the notes for you here. Wow. Now, elements, as we have said here, it consists of a series of elements. Now, elements are what tell the browser how to display content. Now, the label pieces of content such as could say I believe you understand me. Now, like I said, with write code, we can use any, like we can use notepad here to write a HTML code. We can also use its designated file or editor. This is Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver is the designated editor where we can now just create a new file, HTML file. Just make sure it's a HTML file, and then you can write a sample HTML document. The document type is HTML5. We are learning HTML5 as we speak. So we're just going to create. It will give you a split where there is code, and the code will show as we write this side. Now, it has already given us a lot. Here is the HTML. This is here. Here we have the, it is written doc type HTML. This declaration defines that this is a HTML5 document. We're going to that defines that it's a HTML5 document. As you can see, definitely we're going to erase this because it is not part of the code. This is just a comment. Now the HTML element, this element is the root of an HTML page. You see, everything has to have a root as you start writing. So this here is the root for the HTML page. Here we have head. It contains the meta information about the HTML page. Now this is this, as I said, contains the meta information of the HTML page. Now this you can remove or you can leave it there. The choice is yours. Now this here, it specifies a title for the this specifies the title for the HTML page, which is shown in the browser, or the browser's title bar. Let's just say it is shown in the browser's title bar. Or it can also be shown give you a brief a brief example, like google.com. We could say google.com, this is our website, right? Now google.com, I'll bring it here for you to see. Google.com, this here, this is the title. Okay, this is the title, and if we choose to open a page here, up here we have enough pages. Let's see, we could do apple.com. Okay, now this here is our title. They're just pop-ups. Now this one doesn't give you a good show, as you can clearly see. Or this can also be a title. It is part of the title bar, but this is the main title. As I said, the elements specify the title for the HTML page shown on the browser's title bar. This is what we mean. Now if you have so many tabs, you can have this title and a title here and another title here and another title here. I think you get what I mean. Now let's go back to Dreamweaver. Okay, so as you can see, everything that we write here comes here. Now this is still part, this is still ahead. This is the closing for this. Here there is a body. What is the body? Let's see. The body defines the document's body. This is an element. This is an element that defines the document's body. The document's body, and is a container for all the visible contents. All the visible contents can include headings, paragraphs, images, where's the comma here? Images, hyperlinks, tables, lists, etc. Think you understand what I mean? Now this is the end of that body, and this is the end of the root file, the root information. Like I told you, anything we write here will come here, but given that this is not part of the code, we have to get rid of it. I hope you have written it down well. Now we are going to add some few tags here, then I'm going to tell you what they are. I have added two tags. There is a H1 and a P. The H1, just save that. As you can see, now the H1 here, this is the H1 here. The H1, it defines a large heading. Okay, so H1, this is H1, defines a large heading. Okay, the P, this is P here. This is an element that defines a paragraph. Okay, hope you understand me. So H1 defines a large heading. The P defines a paragraph. Now, I believe you can try out something. So when you run whatever is written here, you will find this. First name is Keith, my first paragraph. This is my first paragraph as a paragraph here. Now, let's go to HTML editors. Like I told you, you can write HTML code using Notepad or text edit for Linux machines and Mac machines. Okay. You can also get a third-party software like I'm using, Dreamweaver, Adobe Dreamweaver. This is a paid software. You can also get a free software. I will put some links in the bio below. Now, the moment that we save this file, you can run it in a browser, and when you open it being an index file, it will give you such a layout. This layout is so plain, it is just white. Now, let's go to the HTML basic examples. Okay, let's get back to our Notepad here. HTML documents. All HTML documents must, underline the word must. In fact, let me make it caps lock. Must start with document type. Declaration. This is the document type declaration. Hope you understand me. Therefore, like I was saying, all HTML files must start with this here. Must. Underline the word must because they must start with that. Now, the HTML document itself So we're here. A HTML document itself begins with HTML and ends with, let me show you practically. This is the document begin and this is the document end. I believe we're in agreement here. Now, the visible part of HTML of the HTML document is between the body and body. Explain. Here, between here and here. Okay, so this should not be here as we speak, but this and these two should not be here, but I should carry them well. I place them here. Therefore, this is the body. This here. This is the body. So it is between here and here. Okay. Now, this, the doc type declaration, represents document type and helps the browser to display web pages correctly. It must only appear once at the top of the page before any HTML tags. This here, the doc type declaration, is not case sensitive. It is only for HTML5. Okay, it is usually for HTML5. You can use it anywhere though. You understand? Now, HTML headings are defined. These HTML headings. This is a HTML heading. HTML headings are defined from H1 to H6 tags. H1 defines the most important heading. H6 defines the least important heading. The HTML paragraphs are defined in P. HTML links are defined with an A, like here. Okay. And then you do href. This is whatever I've just written here is the link's destination. It is specified in the href. This is an attribute. Now, equal https www. Could say twitter.com, then end. Before we go anywhere, we write Twitter. Okay. Now this here, you see, it came here and it came as a link. That is a link. I believe you can understand me. Now the link's destination is defined by this attribute, the href attribute. Attributes are used to provide additional information about HTML elements. Now, HTML images are not as tricky. They're defined with the img tag. This here is the attribute where the images are going to come from. Like, take example equals, we can browse, and as we browse you will find that it can give you a lot of data. So let's take 4. I don't even know what 4 is. Let's just take it. It will give us the whole that is 4. So sure you understand me now. Here we're not yet finished. We can do width of whatever 4 was to be 104, and height to be 110. Say 110. We end it like that. This is the image here. But given that the machine does not know where the image exactly came from, it cannot display it here, but it can display it elsewhere. I will show you in a bit, or on the next lesson. The next lesson we are going to be doing elements of HTML. I hope you learned a lot in this lesson. My name is Keith Baraka. This is Let's Code with Pizza Technologies. We are in the series of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And as the days go by, we will do a full website and just see how it feels. If you enjoyed this video, a sub to the channel would be spectacular. Thank you for your time. Have a good night.